admit people now. Anyway, this
Yeah,
time.
we are live streaming now.
We go, yeah, we're live. I'll just admit people.
Hmm. Shri wanted to check her PPT. She generally
I'm
presents.
sure she would know that. You know what? I think I will just do this thing of admitting people without, you know, no, but as soon as they come, it,
It's okay. I think we'll be able to do it. I've done it earlier also so many times. Mm.
Sammy, मेरी आवाज आ रही है क्या?
Yes, perfect.
We'll wait for about 5 minutes and then we'll start. Is it okay, Shri ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good, ma'am. All good.
We'll wait for about 5 minutes. Let
Yeah.
a few more people join. Otherwise, anyway, watch weekdays. They usually, I think, watch on this thing. That's why we take it live.
Mm.
Yeah. Ma'am, is my audio clear?
Very clear,
Absolutely.
very well.
Yeah. Is there any other annoying sound from my end?
No, your
Where are
Because
gorgeous
there's
you?
voice all alone by
there is a
itself.
Where?
heater on. It's
Okay.
getting slowly freezing here. So I just
Oh,
switched on the heater. A heater's got a very annoying sound. I was just
no,
thinking,
no,
is
No,
it's
it
not.
it's not
Yeah,
annoying
that's not
us.
audible. So,
okay? Thank God.
But listening about heater on in the room is making me sweat because my two ACs are on still empty.
here it's like, it rained, it poured, and it is still, it's like humid
Killing.
and there was no power. It's just
Oh
gone.
my God.
Very bad. Anyway,
So that's the beauty of this planet.
I know.
Um, okay, we have a hand raised. Navin started also. Hi, Komal.
yes, Komal, what, you have a doubt already?
She
Oh,
wants to mark her
hi
presence.
ma'am, how are you ma'am?
Hi,
Actually, I don't
Komal.
have a doubt. I'm very much excited to see Shri ma'am again after 1 year.
Yeah.
Hi,
I
Komal. Lovely to see
I just
you.
yes ma'am. Actually, I just every time I used to forget this meeting, I used to keep the alarm and forget. This time I was just notifying myself. Oh, please don't forget. Please don't forget. Very nice to see. How are you, ma'am?
Good, good, going good. How is the little one doing?
Yeah, she's also doing fine, ma'am. She's
Oh,
4 years
wow.
old, studying LKG in Kidzi.
Oh, God,
I
Kids
told
all
ma'am.
grow up
grown.
so
Hi,
fast.
ma'am.
I still remember the baby face.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
So you are dearly missed, Shri, ma'am.
Yeah, she is definitely. We'll start, Sammy, Parul. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should.
I think we'll wait for more.
Yeah,
You want us to wait? I don't
yeah, let's see.
share it again in the group.
Yeah, you shared. Mm. So reminder always works.
I think we should start, Sam.
Yeah.
People keep joining.
Hi, Parul.
Just send out the reminder.
Yes.
Hey, Parul. Parul,
You
ask
want
your
to say
mummy.
anything?
Yes. Starting. Give me a minute.
Hey, ma'am. Good evening.
Wow.
Yeah.
मुझे 1 मिनट दे दीजिए.
Yes, Parul.
कैमरा मुझे चेंज करना होगा. एक मिनट.
Okay.
ऐसे कैमरा बीच में कई बार धोखा दे देता है.
Mm.
I think we should start, girls. It's already 6:10.
Yeah, I think Parul is just switching the camera.
Parul. Okay, we're waiting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
there
yeah.
she is.
कैमरा ना वो बीच में धोखा दे देता है कई बार.
Yes,
इसलिए अच्छे से.
yeah.
चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं आज का प्रोग्राम हमारा. हाय सैमी, आप बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हैं.
Hi. How am I spotlighted? It was lovely.
दोस्तों नमस्ते. मैं पारुल. बहुत देर हो गई है. आज का प्रोग्राम सीधे शुरू करते हैं. आज हमारी खास जो मेहमान है श्री लक्ष्मी मैम, बहुत दिनों बाद आज हमसे फिर से मिल रही हैं. और वो जब भी आती हैं हम सबके चेहरे खिल जाते हैं और पेरेंट्स भी खुश हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारी बच्चों के डेवलपमेंट एंड ग्रोथ के बारे में हम लोगों को उनसे बातें जानने को मिलते हैं. तो फिजियोथेरेपी के बारे में बहुत सारी चीजें हम उनसे जानते ही हैं, और जिन लोगों ने उनसे पर्सनली मिले हैं हमारी कॉन्फ्रेंसेज में, वो जानते हैं कि कितना अच्छा प्रभाव हमारे बच्चों की डेवलपमेंट में उनकी एक्सरसाइजेज का एंड उनकी नॉलेज का पड़ता है. तो आज बिल्कुल समय ना गंवाते हुए हम सीधे सैमी के पास चलते हैं और जानते हैं उनका एक छोटा सा इंट्रोडक्शन. एंड बहुत बहुत थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया लक्ष्मी मैम आने के लिए. तो सैमी स्टार्ट करते हैं.
Yes, Parul. Thank you so much, Parul. And I want to acknowledge that last week we were missing on Thursday. So last week, the SFI's team was on ground in Odisha, in Bhubaneswar, for the preparation towards IIDSC 2026. Hope you all have registered. If not, please do. I think we are left with very few rooms now. Well, we have done registration. I have registered myself.
Very good.
So coming back to the session, yes, Parul. Good evening, everyone, and welcome in today's session. For each human being, the journey from childhood to infancy is critical for developing emotional attachment, supporting physical expansion, and promoting brain maturation. The brain establishes the framework for all future learnings, actions, and health during these years. And how a child interacts with the world and overcome challenges in the future is influenced by secure connection and early experiences. And our champs needs a little extra support during this phase. And early intervention act as a tailored support network for our children and babies, and generally from birth to until 6 years old or so on, so that their developmental milestones are attained within the right time frame. And by using this is done by using the neuroplasticity in the brain, and it aids kids in improving their communication, physical, cognitive, adaptive, and social emotional abilities. And today we have with us, after a long time, Miss Srilakshmi ma'am, and who is here to discuss the topic of early intervention and importance of physiotherapy in delayed gross motor development in children with Down syndrome. She's a qualified therapist and has worked with many, many neurodiverse children and individuals alongside their caregivers. She has been part of many of our events and has been here with us at this platform before also. She's an early intervention therapist and has expertise in pediatric and elderly care. In addition, she works as a neurological rehabilitation specialist also. She's a dedicated individual and loved by our champions, whosoever has come in contact with her. And her firm and graceful approach towards her, expertise speaks volume about her professionalism and her experience and her, approach, the positive attitude towards our children. And when it comes to catering the need of our champions during their early formative years, I mean, she's the right person to interact with and to be with here. So, without a further ado, we want to extend a very, very warm welcome to Sri Lakshmi ma'am. Despite being a different continent, she agreed to join us here. And it's always lovely to have you back, Sri ma'am, with us. So, without a further ado, over to you.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much, Shami
very, very
and
warm welcome.
Parji. It's always, as usual, lovely to be back, and I feel back home when I see you all.
Same here.
So, to be honest, I'm keeping my presentation very simple. The reason why is I'm hoping to parents to come up with questions. Yeah, so I will quickly deep dive in. I don't want to waste time.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly go on. I hope my slide
Yes,
is clear.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start.
Yes,
So the
ma'am.
topic today is early intervention and importance of physiotherapy in delayed motor development in children with Down syndrome. Uh, am I clear with my voice?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. So what is the motor development? Let's try to understand what exactly the term motor development delay is. A child reaches a physical movement milestone later than a typical developing children. This is due to there's a slower brain to muscle signaling and there is delay in the physical reaction. The gross motor development, the motor development are into two that we mainly look into: gross motor development and fine motor development. Gross motor development is nothing but which refers to large body movements like neck control, sitting, crawling, standing, walking, and jumping. And gross motor development is mainly handled by a physiotherapist. The fine motor development refers to smaller hand and finger skills like grasp, hold, and manipulate small objects accurately. Well, fine motor development is where there is an overlapping of physiotherapy and occupational therapy, but of most of the managements are, though there's an overlapping, there is a broad difference where how a physiotherapist work and an occupational therapist work. The physiotherapist create a physical stability or strengthening for the functional motor endurance. So why motor developmental delay? So what is it that's causing a developmental delay in a child with Down syndrome? So it's the physical characteristics of hypotonia, that is a low muscle tone, reducing the postural stability and movement efficiency. Then the joints are pretty loose than they usually expected to be. This is due to the ligamentous laxity, which leads to decreased overall control, making it harder to maintain alignment and stability. Then delay reflexes, the slower reactions that affects the motor learning. Then shorter limb and smaller hands and foot size shifts the center of gravity, complicating the balance and transition movement. So let's dive into what early intervention. So early intervention is nothing but a systematic program of therapy exercises and activities to address motor developmental delay. Goal is to enhance the development of infants and toddlers and help families understand and meet the needs of their children. Early intervention generally targets children less than 6 years, and it's an evidence based practice. Why early intervention is important? Because early intervention plays a vital role because of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is nothing but in infants' brain is highly adaptable. Early stimulation creates stronger neural pathway. Early intervention is prevention because it limits the development of inefficient compensatory movement patterns that causes joint pains. Early intervention closes the gap. It acts like a bridge which helps our child to reach milestones faster. Early intervention imparts early confidence. Success in moving facilitates exploration, which is the primary drive for cognitive and social learning. And early intervention creates a foundation as it builds the core strength required for later complex skills. So, what exactly is the role of physiotherapy? The main role of physiotherapy, or the object of physiotherapy intervention, is to optimize the movement pattern, that is in focusing the movement as a whole. Well, it it is important for a child to achieve a milestone, but it's also important on the quality of the movement. So as a physiotherapist, my concern would be more on the quality of movement and joint protection, which is a very important thing, because strengthening the muscles surrounding the joints to compensate for the ligamentous laxity is very important, because this helps in preventing any kind of long term pain, which is a possibility if not taken care. And we help in the mind stole practice. That's by breaking down the complex movements into smaller steps to facilitate the gross motor development of rolling, sitting, crawling, standing, walking, and jumping. And to build endurance, building the stamina needed for the child to keep up with the peers in school and playground settings. So the next question comes to, when exactly should physiotherapy start for children with Down syndrome? Well, I would say you can start right away from the second month, because initially we would give more importance to nourishment, as the child is just out of the womb and facing the outside world. We would like the child to be spending more time with the mother to create that bond and that nurturing and nourishing. So that's why we always prefer to start sessions after the second month. The next question comes as, should a physiotherapy start with a cardiac condition? Because when we say cardiac condition, it's a very delicate area, and people, there's a lot of apprehension around it. So should we start or not? I would say yes, we should start, because no health condition should prevent in stimulating or starting the early intervention concept. The only difference would be here is with the intensity with which we go with the sessions. When in conservative management, we can start immediately and we can go with good pushing. Whereas in a surgical management, we would take it a bit slow and definitely after 2 months of post-op. So the stages of milestone development, this is how I would like to go about. There is no specific rules to it, but I feel it is always good to go in a pattern. And the stage that I would follow is 3 stages. Stage 1 being neck control, sitting, balance, and stability. Stage 2, crawling, standing, balance, and stability. Stage 3, independent walking and jumping. Well, the exercise prescription for the stage 1 are as follows: joint compression exercises. As I mentioned before, there is a little bit of laxity in the joint. So that has to be addressed before even we dive fully into the exercise prescription. So joint compression plays a very vital role, and it has to be the first exercise that we begin with. Then it's hip rising or pelvic bridging. This is to create a good stability, as pelvic floor muscles are the base for all our movements. So it is very important to strengthen the pelvic muscles. And then the bolster and wedge exercises are basically working on the neck control. Probing is arm strengthening. Basically, this is a preparatory stage for crawling phase, and we work on lying to sitting and everything to do with sitting and creating a good base for forward movement. The next exercise prescription for stage 2 would be concentrating hugely on crawling and standing balance. So standing balance includes kneeling and half kneeling, squatting, sit to stand, and bending. Talking about crawling, crawling or cross crawl, as we call it, is a very important milestone in a child. Um, Not just in a Down syndrome child, even in a typical child, it plays a vital role. Reason being that it activates the sensory and motor neuron on both sides of the brain, requiring them to work in a coordinated fashion to move our arms and legs across our midline. This is a lot of brain activity. There has been a lot of research-based evidences which proves that a child who has undergone this crawling phase has definitely have higher mental ability than a child who's generally skips it. So it's very important that we push our child to get through this phase, even if it is getting delayed a bit. It so happens that there are times that child starts stepping, start doing cruising, or even keep their first forward step movement, and yet we will still keep pushing the child for crawling because it's very important. We cannot afford to miss this, as cross call offers an effective way to reboot your nervous system and regenerate mind and body. You can use it regularly to both discharge and recharge your attention and energy. It is a great break from over focusing, and it works just as well to bring body and mind online. The exercise prescription for stage 3 is more towards walking and gait correction. So this involves knee walking, knee rotation, narrow path walking, figure of eight walking, and jumping. So correcting gait pattern is nothing but to reduce the base of support. uh, Generally, it is seen that they tend to spread their leg apart when they start walking. So this is exactly what I mean by reducing the base of support. This is done by figure of eight walking, narrow path walking, check for flat foot. Uh, Checking for flat foot, it's very important because this often becomes an issue at not the earlier but the later part of life, because as the child gains body weight, it would interfere with their mobility, and continued physical nourishment. So it's very important that flat foot, if noticed early, better be addressed. And we address it by different terrain walking, which is the major recommendation done. And if needed, a medial arch support wear. Dynamic taping is another thing that we do. Passive stretches and self stretches and home exercises program are given. An exercise prescription for gross motor and fine motor integration. So this is a very important phase, and this part is where the physiotherapist and occupational therapies overlaying with each other. But this is done a bit differently by PT and OT. So it's midline crossing movements, bilateral coordination, which is a bear crawl or crab crawl, to give you as an example, functional strength training, which is usually done by play or game based activity. Another huge thing that would has seen being a very beneficial part of the gross motor development is aquatic physiotherapy. So, what exactly aquatic physiotherapy does? The buoyancy of water allows for flotation and decreases the compressive force on joints and muscles, resulting in a more fluid, active movement for children. The viscosity of the water resistance can be used for muscle strengthening and increasing trunk stability. The turbulence and water proportion, let the therapist gently manipulate the child through the desired movements. The hydrostatic pressure improves tolerance to multisensorial stimuli and increase circulation due to the effects of hydrostatic pressure. So, what are the exercises that are involved in aquatic therapy? It involves balance exercises, proprioception, strength exercises, core stability exercises, cardiovascular, weight reduction, relaxation exercises. In short, it pretty much involves every kind of exercises that is done out of water. So there is nothing that it cannot be done. So the reason why we use aquatic medium, because it's more fun and it makes them feel more lighter, meaning they are motivated to do more. And a major thing why aquatic exercises work is because the respiratory muscles are forced to work harder in water, allowing for a natural strengthening that benefits the child long after the therapy session has ended. With this, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you for listening to me.
थैंक यू, बहुत शुक्रिया श्री लक्ष्मी मैम। और जो आपने बताया है अपने पेरेंट्स के लिए, बस 2 मिनट के अंदर मैं हिंदी में उन्हें बता देती हूँ, और उसके बाद हमारे दोस्तों के जो भी क्वेश्चन आंसर होंगे आप मैम से पूछ सकते हैं। मैं तो कहती हूँ भर भर के पूछिए, कि बड़ी मुश्किल से वो आज हमें मतलब आसानी से आ गई है, लेकिन बार बार नहीं परेशान किया जा सकता ना जब कोई इतनी दूर रहता है तो।
Absolutely, Parul.
तो सैमी मैं एक बार हिंदी में कर दूं?
Yes, please, Parul. Yes, yes.
तो मैम ने स्टार्ट यहाँ से किया है कि मोटर स्किल्स एंड ग्रोस मोटर्स दोनों ही बहुत जरूरी है हमारे बच्चों के डेवलपमेंट के लिए, शुरू से बचपन से एकदम जब वो इन्फेंट होते हैं तभी से। मोटर स्किल्स जो हैं धीरे धीरे अपने आप आ जाते हैं, लेकिन ग्रोस मोटर्स के लिए फिजियोथेरेपी की और ज्यादा इंटेंस हमें जरूरत रहती है। अब ये सारे डेवलपमेंट डिले क्यों होते हैं? इसमें हाइपोटोनिया भी एक कारण है, और दूसरे ब्रेन के साथ कोऑर्डिनेशन एंड कुछ और डेवलपमेंट डिलेज जो अलग अलग चीजों की वजह से होते हैं, वो इसमें बड़ा कारण रहते हैं। कर क्या सकते हैं? अर्ली इंटरवेंशन, वो सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है। उसमें क्यों अर्ली इंटरवेंशन होना चाहिए? एक तो इससे न्यूरोप्लास्टिसिटी बढ़ती है बच्चे के अंदर, और इन्फेंट ब्रेन जो होता है वो बहुत हाईली अडेप्टेबल होता है, बहुत जल्दी जल्दी चीजों को स्वीकार करता है, सीखता है। तो उस समय में हम जितनी एक्सरसाइज कराएंगे उतना बच्चे के लिए फायदा होगा। दूसरा, जो जॉइंट होते हैं उनके पास का जो हिस्सा होता है उसकी सब जब एक्सरसाइज होती है तो जो लिगामेंट्स हैं उनके फैलाव की वजह से बच्चे को पेन कम होता है। आगे जो ग्रोइंग पेन्स वगैरह होते हैं वो भी उसके कम हो जाते हैं, इलास्टिसिटी वहां पर होती है। माइलस्टोन्स की रोज प्रैक्टिस करने की वजह से सरकना, घुटनों के बल चलना, फिर खड़े होना, फिर चलना, ये जल्दी होना शुरू होता है। और ये होने की वजह से कॉन्फिडेंस आता है, जो आपको और खुश रखता है और आप और ज्यादा कोशिश करते हैं। एक बड़ा क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि अगर कार्डियक प्रॉब्लम है, हार्ट की कोई प्रॉब्लम है, तो क्या बच्चा फिजियोथेरेपी कर सकता है? तो सवाल का जवाब है हाँ, कर सकता है। ये बहुत अच्छा है। कोई भी कंडीशन बच्चे को इस तरह की एक्सरसाइज करने से रोक नहीं सकती है, लेकिन वो देखभाल के अंदर होना चाहिए। तो एक्सरसाइज की स्टेजेस क्या क्या है बच्चे के लिए? पहला है स्टेज 1। स्टेज 1 में जो है जॉइंट को जॉइंट्स के बारे में जो एक्सरसाइज है वो सारी उस तरह की कराई जाती है, ताकि जॉइंट्स का मूवमेंट हो और बच्चे आगे अपना बढ़ सके, जल्दी एक्सरसाइज कर सके। दूसरा, उन्हें हिप रेजिंग आदि एक्सरसाइजें कराई जाती हैं। इस तरह की कई सारी एक्सरसाइज स्टेज 1 में होती है। फिर हम स्टेज 2 पे आते हैं, जिसमें बच्चा क्रॉलिंग सीखता है, और उससे क्या होता है कि उसके सेंसरी एंड मोटर न्यूरॉन्स को ब्रेन के दोनों हिस्सों में बराबर काम करना पड़ता है, जिसकी वजह से उसका जो नर्वस सिस्टम है रिबूट होता है बहुत जल्दी, और ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट में सहायता करता है। घर में इसका एक प्रोग्राम दिया जा सकता है फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट से लेके, और घर में एक्सरसाइज करा के इस पूरे प्रोग्राम को हम कर सकते हैं। ग्रोस एंड फाइन मोटर्स के लिए एक्सरसाइज कंबाइंड कैसे होती है? वो ओटी एंड पीटी का एक संतुलित मिक्सचर होता है जो हम करते हैं। और इसमें एक सबसे अच्छा जो है वो एक्सरसाइज है एक्वेटिक फिजियोथेरेपी। तो इसमें क्यों, क्या खास बात होती है, क्यों ये अच्छी होती है, पसंद की जाती है? एक तो वाटर की जो विस्कोसिटी है और वाटर का जो प्रेशर है वो चारों तरफ से बराबर पड़ता है। पानी का दबाव, और ऊपर से कार्डियक एंड वजन को ये कम करता है। कार्डियक एक्सरसाइज है बहुत अच्छी, और ग्रोस एंड मोटर स्किल्स को तो हमारे बढ़ाता है। तो एक पूरी कंप्लीट एक्सरसाइज है जो आपके डेवलपमेंट के लिए जरूरी होती है। तो ये कुछ बातें थी। इनसे जुड़े हुए जो भी आपके सवाल हैं जल्दी से जल्दी मैं पूछ लीजिए। सैमी।
Yes, absolutely, Parul. And it is always a treat to hear Lakshmi ma'am because her voice is so beautiful and so, है ना, that everything means, मतलब, every word means more. And can't agree more with you, Shri ma'am, that attaining the milestone is important, but quality of the movement is also important because, that I think the overall how the overall child looks, and how the person is like, then the quality, the improvement actually is visible. Otherwise, the fine improvements only a specialist can make sure that they can see that it is happening, but the total shift is when that quality comes, right? And that's how, if the child starts practicing and it is visible and you can see that it works a lot. Yes, Shikha has raised hand. Shikha, you want to ask something?
Yeah.
Unmute and ask, please.
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am. बहुत time बाद, after a long time.
Yeah,
Uh,
yes, Shika. How are
ma'am,
you doing?
actually, Abir, I'm good. I'm good. Ma'am, Abir is walking independently. Everything is fine. But from like few months back, he complaining whenever he was doing some sports and anything. His he having a pain in his heels. In heels he having a pain, and I think maybe one reason because he walk like giving more pressure on their foot, that I feel. But what can I do, and how can I like make it correct?
So, how old is he now?
He's 11,
Okay. So
and weight
we
is a little bit on obese side.
Fine.
Yes, he's little bit fatty right now. He become tall, but still he's fat.
yeah,
He's on heavier
but
side, not fat.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
So it's not just to do with the body proportion. There's something
Hmm.
called growing pain in the kid's bones that
Okay.
happens. So it also could be part of growing
Okay.
pain. So it has to be a wait and watch, but definitely the pain management has to be done because the child is not in a comfort zone. So
Hmm.
pain has to be reduced. So a pain management has to be done on that.
Okay.
So I would suggest that you take him to a physio who could do pain management and relieve him of his discomfort. And
Mm-hmm.
it is advisable to give some stretching, basic
Okay.
foot and
Mm-hmm.
ankle stretching exercises,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which is part of pain management they should be able to do. But you better take him to,
To
just
physio.
to make sure that there is nothing
Mm-hmm.
else associated issues. But yes, growing pain is uh,
There.
part of the physiological
Mm-hmm.
process. So it
Yeah.
will be there. But if there is anything else associated,
Mm-hmm.
which can be understood only on,
By
personally
seeing,
assessing
yeah,
the child.
personally. Yeah.
So I would say that, don't just think that it will fade away, but
Mm-hmm.
better address it. Pain
Okay.
means body is responding for a reaction. So
Okay.
work on it. And I'm sure he could come over it soon. It
Okay.
shouldn't be a
Thank you,
problem.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Covered.
Yeah. So now moving on to Neha. Neha, you have raised hand. Please unmute and ask.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Thank you for
Yeah.
the information. बहुत important. So, ma'am, actually, I have one query. Like, my baby is 2 years and and sometimes he is walking like normal, but sometimes I'm feeling कि वो थोड़ा सा gap आ रहा है इसमें. And second thing, like how I can make him climbing like stairs पे वो independently चल पाए. अभी तो वो support के साथ रेलिंग को पकड़ के चल पाता है. So how to correct it, and how I can judge कि ये सही है कि नहीं. Even he is going to OT, तो वहाँ पे इसकी बैलेंसिंग एंड ऑल एक्सरसाइजेस चलती हैं. बट स्टिल वो चलते चलते गिर जाता है, बहुत स्पीड में जाता है. समटाइम ही इज वॉकिंग ठीक ठाक नॉर्मल, समटाइम ही इज वॉकिंग वेरी स्पीडली.
Okay. So that is because it has got to do with a little bit of stability issue. So the way you mentioned that he's walking with big fast pace, जैसे ऐसे कोई rush में हो.
अर्षित,
Yeah,
कम. अर्षित, हेलो, ये देखो, सी
you
सी
can see a live demo.
Ah,
डांस
he's in mood
डांस.
to give the demo.
Okay.
Love it.
ही इज डांसिंग.
Yeah. So,
He's
like you said,
inspired.
he is able to stay, climb, I mean, ascend and descend without any support.
No, like he can, like crawling wise he can do, and with support he can do. Independent he can't do. Like I need to hold his hand.
Okay. So that's where the answer is. Once you can slowly, is he able to jump?
I think he's jumping from like bed head to bed. Mattresses from sofa to down like that he can jump.
Okay.
And if I'm playing the music, then he's jumping like one leg kind of.
Yeah.
This
So,
kind of.
jump, it's again to do with a lot more coordinated movement. So when you say he's jumping from a raised platform, that's from a sofa to down,
Yeah.
that's fine. That means he does not have any depth perception issues. That is really good. But is actually jumping there is still a
Yeah.
question. When I say jumping, I mean from
Something in the sense
flat.
he's yeah, he's like
If he can
in
jump over a hurdle, can he jump over a small hurdle?
like he's climbing over the bed, and I can show you. और वहां से चढ़ के वो जंप करता है, देख के कूद जाता है, ऐसे करता है जंप.
Okay. Again, jumping over bed and all that, there's a lot of cushioning. So the muscular work is reduced. The bed cushion does the propulsion movement. So when I say if the child is able to jump over a hurdle from a flat surface, from a hard surface, that's the jumping that I am talking about. So when
Okay.
that kind of jumping means there's a lot of body controlled movement. Now he's got movements, there is gross movement, but the coordinated controlled movement is not there, even with the movement that I can see. So he needs a lot of functional strength training. That is the word here. He needs a lot of functional strength training, a little bit of more into endurance and agility training to build that strength and stamina. That's what he needs.
Okay, so can I get any like video or any exercise thing so that I can make OT or session I can suggest to them, and I can also do it in my home.
Sure, sure. I think we have a booklet already made. Brinda ma'am, do you remember that we made a booklet where we had all the
Yes,
exercises,
yes,
everything?
yes. That was long back. I think we have it still. Neha ma'am,
Yes.
I'll try and share it with you. Just send me a reminder. I'll definitely try and share it with you. We had
Thank you
it.
so much.
I think I should have it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
We have two hands raised, one on the window and one in the chat box. So I would request Sucheta, you have raised hand in the chat box. Do you want to ask something? Can we see Sucheta?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Hello, Suchita.
Hi. Vishnu, say hi to ma'am. Say hi. He is feverish. Has fever past 1 week.
Oh,
Not feeling okay. Do you remember? Ma'am, he is still walking wide legs. And he is having our shoes. And with shoes, we are noticing that wide legs are pretty much lesser. But at home and all barefoot, a lot of wide legs. I can say he stretches how much ever he can. He is stretching and no jumping. And for climbing stairs, he needs support like the railing and all. Uh, he's not confident enough that he can. The pelvic muscles are still very low, ma'am. I can say.
So definitely the wide walking can still be worked on. Like there are exercises where we make them do knee walking and figure of eight walking, as I've mentioned. So we have this booklet of exercises which I can actually, I think I have it with me as well. Ma'am, can I just
okay. Yes, ma'am. If you want to show it, please go
share?
ahead. Yes, yes.
Yes, I'll just share. I think I have it in. Yeah, I have that. So this is the booklet that I was talking about,
Okay.
which me and Hema ma'am came up with. So I'll
Yeah.
just quickly scroll down. So the exercises that I have mentioned is all given here. So this is the compression exercises that I first mentioned with. And see, pretty much all the exercises that I've mentioned has been given in a very descriptive way with the images.
Hmm.
And to answer
Oh,
Suchi's question, I think I'm just going to quickly scroll down because this is available in our website. So all of you can access it as well.
okay.
Yeah. Brinda ma'am, by then you can put our DSFI's website's
Yeah.
address also in the chat box so that, yeah.
Yes. I'm just going to quickly. So I think these are the set of balancing exercises which has to be done for the parent I was talking before. This
Yeah.
will definitely help in the balance and stability. Sorry. So, Chitra, these are the exercises. The knee rotation exercise, the knee walking, and this is one exercise which will majorly work for narrowed walking. This is figure of eight walking. It's very simple. You just have to make a double eight format and make sure that you are either standing in front or behind the child and guide the child to walk within the double eight. The main thing that we're trying to work is the child hip muscles are strengthened here, and giving a narrow path walking. So basically, strengthening the hip muscle. So these are the most two simple things that you can make the child do at home. Yep, I'll just stop sharing.
Yeah. So Brinda ma'am has put the site address in our chat box again. Though you type Down Syndrome Foundation of India, the DSFI pops up in the Google, the first thing. And there are a lot of free downloads. So you have to look for that particular tab where you will find it. So we have Minakshi who has raised hand. Minakshi. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am.
Please
Hi,
ask question.
Meenakshi.
मैम नैतिक इज 11+, फ्लैट फुट है मैम, समोस तो काफी टाइम तक दिया, अभी घर में भी उसको स्लीपर के अंदर भी जो आर्ट सपोर्ट है वो देती हूँ, शूज में भी पहन के जाता है, बहुत वाइड नहीं है, वॉकिंग इज नॉट दैट वाइड, लेकिन मैम जैसे आप बोल रहे थे अभी कि हार्ड सरफेस से जंपिंग करना कोई हर्डल है तो वो नहीं कर सकता है। एक योगा के लिए करती हूँ तो सेम प्लेस पे ही कैन जंप, बट हर्डल के साथ ही कैन नॉट जंप, दैट इज वन इशू। और गेट भी मैम थोड़ा आगे लीन होके चलता, अभी मैं कोर स्ट्रेंथनिंग के लिए करवा रही हूँ, तो अभी स्टार्ट किया लास्ट 2 मंथ्स, तो थोड़ा बेटर है, बट गेट जैसे वो चल रहा होता है तो बहुत एक स्पीड, अभी आप बोल रहे थे थोड़ी स्पीड में चलता है तो वो है जैसे लगता है कोई रश है, एक वो प्रॉब्लम है। और दूसरा गेट इज नॉट, देख के इतना अच्छा नहीं लगता मैम, ऐसे आगे लीन, हल्का सा लीन होता है और फिर चलता है। स्विमिंग करता है मैम, एक्वाथेरेपी तो कैसे बोलूंगी, लास्ट 4-5 ईयर से वो कर रहा है, और हम जो भी डाउन सिंड्रोम या हमारे गेम्स होते हैं वहां लेके जाती हूँ। स्विमिंग में बहुत अच्छा है वो करता है, और योगा भी स्टार्ट कराया, अभी योगा भी करता है। और लेकिन वो गेट का एक इश्यू है मैम, और जो इसके फुट आर्च बहुत मतलब एकदम फ्लैट फुट है, उसके लिए कुछ कर सकते हैं, अभी वो देखा मैंने बुकलेट में, मैं एक बार डाउनलोड करके देखती हूँ उसमें से क्या एक्सरसाइज है जो मैं इसको करवा सकती हूँ। लेकिन और क्या, और वो जंपिंग नहीं है, उसके लिए मुझे क्या कहीं लेके जाना होगा फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट, या फिर ऑनलाइन कुछ सेशंस आप देते हैं, कैसे कर सकती हूँ?
Okay, jumping by itself is a very complex topic. We will definitely talk again on it. And yes, as he already, from what you're saying, he's got spot jumping. So
Yes,
jumping
ma'am.
is there.
Yes.
So just to stimulate it further, so he just needs to get a little bit of forward, upward, and forward thrust. So that can be easily worked on, and it has to be worked on. And what I also understand from what he needs is more of postural correction exercises. So whatever exercises he can do with spinal strengthening, more like in prone tummy down position he needs to do a lot of outward movements.
Okay, that means ma'am cobra pose and all, cobra pose
Yes,
is
cobra
okay.
pose, Superman plank exercises,
Okay,
all
okay.
that will help him to strengthen the muscle, thereby correcting the postural alignment. Postural alignment correction is a huge thing. I mean, it's important even for us, not just for children, and any age population. Postural alignment is very important.
And his
So
vitamin D is also very low. 2 months back, I have got it tested blood test, so it was I think 43.
yeah, so metabolic involvement as well. So once the correction is done, you will start seeing a difference. But yes, it has to go in hand with the exercises as well.
Then can we take online sessions? Are
Um,
you giving consultation on online platform?
Currently, I'm not doing any online platform. No, I'm not doing any consultation is hugely because of the time difference
Yeah.
I am in. But we'll definitely try to have sessions ahead, not to have much gaps, and we'll work on these important stuffs. And talking about flat feet, 11 years, it's a little difficult to work with, but I would say insoles, opt for insoles and stuff where maintenance and condition is what you can do at this point of time. So make sure that his footwear is in good condition, and regular checks on is it wear and tearing need to be taken care of, and include a lot of foot stretching exercises. As much as stretching is involved, strengthening will follow.
मेरे ख्याल से मीनाक्षी, जितना बातें आपको अभी पता चली हैं, अगले 3 से 6 महीने के लिए आपके लिए बहुत हैं। और हम जल्दी जल्दी श्रीलक्ष्मी मैम को यहीं बुलाएंगे, आप चिंता मत करिए। आपको जो है ऑनलाइन अगर नहीं वो आ पा रही है तो यहाँ पे मिलेंगी, और इतना काम करिए, आगे फिर बुला लेंगे।
Thank you, Parul.
So thank you, Meenakshi. Now moving on to Komal. Komal, you want to ask something? Please unmute and ask.
Good evening, ma'am. As I already said you that Mishti is 4 years old. Now she's doing LKG, but still she's finding difficult. The same, she's having fear while jumping from a chair to down or small. Even if it is a small height, also she is afraid to jump. Actually, she's going for therapy nearby. So they have suggested treadmill walking, like with Hawaii chappal. Treadmill walking, because she's having a little wide legs. Little there is some difference in walking. So they have suggested Hawaii chappal. So I'm not sure whether it is working or not, because stage 1 and stage 2, as you said, mentioned in your PDF, you have already trained her for stage 1 and stage 2. She has grown very well there. But stage 3, after you left, I feel that there is a drastical slow down in her performance. Like jumping, she's yet not doing it. And walking also, normal walking. If I say to run, means little speed walking she will do. It is not like running. So I don't know. As you said, none of this I'm following. I mean, stage 3, you said 8 walking should be there, and some and some other things you said, which not at all. I don't feel
You
these
can
are
still
followed.
start stimulating, since she's already walking and more mobile actively. You can.
Sorry, ma'am, your voice is not
You
audible.
unmuted.
Sorry, I didn't realize. My bad.
Okay.
So, like you said, there's already movement in her. She's able to jump. It is just that jumping has to be more refined, right? I would say keep practicing jumping with her. Firstly, imparting that confidence is very important. Yeah. I think jumping by itself is a huge topic. Brinda ma'am and Sami ma'am, probably I'll
Yes.
come back with another presentation completely on jumping. So plyometric activation is very important, because that's where a setback in school inclusion happens,
Yeah.
because every activity in the school involves jumping.
Yeah.
And that's where our kids fall back in line. And I mean, that's something that I see here also. So I've got a huge population of kids who come just for plyometric training and stability.
Yeah.
So I think I would love to talk about it, because it is a huge topic by itself. And I think many of our parents are already in that stage, if I'm right.
Yes, absolutely, Shri ma'am. We will definitely keep it in loop. And we request Binda to mark it in the calendar that whenever Shri ma'am next, so we have this topic covered. Komal, anything else you want to ask? There is a
Yes, ma'am, is she required to just because this wide legs, little wide legs, is she required to use this Hawaii chappal in a treadmill walk?
Yeah, to be very honest, I not getting exactly what is the. We don't generally recommend walking with flip flops on a treadmill, because it's not safe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not safe. Even if you're not running, just casual walking, either do it barefoot or just with a socks, or a proper footwear, a good shoe.
Yeah.
With flip flops and Hawaii chappal, they tend to slip. I mean, even adults, we
Even
would slip.
we can't do that. Yeah.
Yes, not bad mouthing, but that's a bad recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. I'll just
Yeah.
look at that. Is it required, ma'am? Do you suggest for this wide legs treadmill walking?
Yes. You know why? Because treadmill walking, uh, the mechanism behind it is the child will start to guard their movement, and they'll start trying to do more a controlled movement.
Yes.
More controlled movement, meaning they are firing the muscle motor neurons more. So the moment they guard their movements, the strengthening is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, treadmill walking is very good. Just make sure they are walking at a very slow speed, not at an increased speed. And
Ma'am, is it
knee walking on treadmill actually helps. But make sure that
possible?
the child is really padded on the knee, like wearing a thick
Yes,
material
ma'am. Yeah.
pants and a knee pad to add on. Because
Okay.
otherwise, skin there, even for us, it would be
Yeah.
Okay,
not
ma'am. Sure.
pleasant. Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
definitely.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Komal. And yes, treadmill walking is not at all easy. It's more difficult because only the floor under your feet is moving and everything is
Yeah.
still. So it's a lot of, for me also, it's like that. So first, I'll take the question from the chat box and I'll reading it, Shri ma'am, for the sake of our
Shoot,
audience.
shoot, shoot.
So it says that, hi ma'am, my daughter is 6 years old. Still, she's not jumping again. For the jumping over the hurdle, she's mentioned. How to improve, and please suggest some practices that can we do at home. So I think for that we have got a promise of a next session. So I think,
Yes. But just to answer
yeah,
that quickly,
yeah,
for you to understand jumping as a movement, it should be broken down into two. So,
yeah,
jumping involves forward thrust movement, meaning letting go of the body up in the air, and that is upward thrust, and then forward thrust, that is throwing the body forward, going ahead. So, it is two bits of movement in combination that we call as jumping. So the child has to be trained for the forward thrust as well as the upward thrust.
yeah.
Yep. So
So, I mean, I'm a science scholar, so it's easy for me to understand. I hope every parent is understanding. Any confusion, please ask. So, Shri Veni ji, you have raised hand. Yeah, please ask your
Yeah,
question.
hi ma'am. How are you? It's been a
good,
long
good.
time since
I
we
mean,
spoke.
yes.
We
And
are having a
also our
rendezvous,
friend
huh?
as well.
Srilakshmi ma'am did the knee walking on treadmill for Amit. Okay. So, ma'am, I owe all the walking and all that to you and Mitu ma'am for as far as Amit is concerned. So you were the ones who did it through the COVID lockdown times. So thank you so much, ma'am. And now he's 6 years old. He's achieved that on-spot jumping, but still, as someone else has mentioned, and like other parents have mentioned, he's still not got that over the hurdle jumping or jumping from heights and all that. So that is one thing, ma'am. And can we get a guidance as to what all we can follow? Because I took him for therapies like OT and all that for the past few years, but I don't see much of improvement. Like how we saw the improvement during your sessions, I didn't see much of an improvement. So, is there a guideline or something that we can follow every day, a routine kind of a thing that would help the children, like strengthening for their core strength or
Yes, definitely. One thing would be to involve a lot of play-based activity as much as you can, which is involving a lot of plyometric movements. Yes, since the child already has the spot jumping, that means he's already got the upward thrust. So all you need to work on is a forward thrust. Maybe play a lot of balanced base exercises like
and
single.
yeah, minute of a minute, is a some article, some hurdle in between, he loses his balance. So
Yeah, so the take here is the balance has to be worked on. So exercises like single leg stance, where the child is expected to raise one leg off the floor, and then such balanced base exercises will definitely help in figuring out the forward thrust movement in jumping, because he's almost there. If he's got spot jumping, that he's halfway through getting it. So you need to involve him in a lot of balance based exercises. Try to play a lot of ball based games like football and all that, where he's standing and kicking, thrusting the ball. That's a lot of forceful movement, and it involves a lot of hip, knee, and ankle coordination, which is exactly what we need in jumping. It's a hip, knee, and ankle coordinated movement. So if you
Sorry. No, it's not just about jumping. I'm asking for a holistic, complete routine or something that, will give him
involve him in, create a free exercise routine.
Sri ma'am, she's
Make
asking you to come back.
Sometimes, honestly,
Like she's trying to crack.
Ma'am, I'm also begging you to come back.
honestly, there are times that I think, what if I go back?
I'm
You
also
never know.
begging
I'll
you to
pack
come
my
back,
bags and
ma'am.
I'm there at the DSFI doorstep one day.
seriously want that guidance.
Ready to welcome you, Shri ma'am. Ready to welcome
आपको
you.
मिडिल में कोई रास्ता निकालना पड़ेगा श्री मैम, 6 महीने इधर 6 महीने उधर.
We are okay if you are okay to, I mean, we will all join your sessions if you
No,
are ready
actually,
to take online
like I was
consultation.
personally planning to text this to Brinda ma'am. I am actually coming down in the month of January. So
Lovely.
maybe we'll have a meetup at our center just to work on all this. Yeah. We'll run ourselves a session when I am there. Yep.
But till then, don't relax, parents and moms. Please continue with the booklet. There are a lot of
Yes.
things
Yes.
given, and at any stage that can be practiced, the safe exercises which have been
Hi,
published in
Hi,
that.
Sammy.
Good evening, Ma. Hi, Ma.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
Don't search for me. I've changed my name. I've become Galaxy. Okay. I don't know
Oh,
why the Galaxy
wow.
I
keeps
know,
coming.
ma.
Yeah.
It suits only you, Ma.
Yeah, only Galaxy can
Hey,
see.
how
I'm
are
in
you?
Galaxy now. Hey, Sri. Listen, don't threaten us about coming back. You remain where you are. You're very happy, and I'm so happy for you. And I know your son is doing very well. By the way, I just wanted to tell you that everybody's missing you, but
Yeah.
your happiness is more important. I know your time is so precious. You're at 11:30 and you're still awake. Go to
Yes.
sleep now. Okay? And what are you two MCs doing dressed for the Orissa event? Look
Ma,
at
whatever you
Parul.
say.
Parul has already got her necklace on. Oh my
Yes,
God.
Ma. Yes,
Yeah.
Ma. She is
And the
totally
border of
informed.
your sari is all Orissa. Oh my God, you guys are all ready. Yes,
Yes,
and
Ma.
all of you who want more advice on your foot and your children's body, come for the conference. Tell them that
Yes.
instead of telling them.
Absolutely, Ma.
I mean,
Absolutely,
they're
Ma.
not taking advantage because most of this, I think, also stems from the structure of the body. Am I right, Shri? So
Yes.
you need the support of an orthopedic with a
Yes.
seasoned OT.
Yeah.
The problem in our country is they call themselves OT, but I really don't know whether they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because when I'm looking at all the sessions, you're paying money and there's no quality. So there is always that 1 ounce of disappointment when your child is not progressing. You must ask questions when the child is not progressing. So what is the point of going back, like Meenakshi said, or did it, no, it wasn't Meenakshi. I think it was Sriveni said that he's not really going from A to B. Now, when you know that, I think you should just avoid going to those classes.
I stopped, man. I stopped actually.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that frustration that sets in when we know that our children are not going. So all of you come for the conference. You people are so laid back here. We're giving you such a big platform to learn.
Yes.
So I think you should understand why we're asking you to come. It's not because it gives us a high. It gives you such a big thing to do. Yeah, Sri, at that time, we'll call you in and you can give us one session at that time. Okay?
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense, but I think all of
Absolutely.
us should let Sri go because it's very late in the night. And thank you so much, Sri, for being there. And we'll see you very soon in Australia. Okay?
Sure, Auntie. Waiting
Love
for
you,
you.
sweetheart. Love you. All the best.
Take care, Auntie. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
so much.
it's really late, and we do understand. You must be having the working day also next. So just what I want to say is that while information is universally accessible, an expert's opinion provides the practical application, nuance, and contextual understanding necessary to turn the raw thing into an actionable wisdom, right? So we can do certain safe things at home, but yes, looking for a right and working together. Sometimes, we are also pointing at the same thing. The therapist also trying to say, but somewhere there's a gap of in understanding. So that's why these sessions we have put up, that to build that, to understand the problem, so that we understand here properly and demand the right solution. Thank you so much, Sri ma'am, for agreeing and still staying up for us, and in the cold weather. Thank you so much. And we will definitely come back to you for jumping.
Sure. It's
Yeah.
always a pleasure to be
Yes.
back. And
Thank you, Parul, for the wonderful
शुक्रिया,
translation.
बिल्कुल, बहुत शुक्रिया सभी, बहुत शुक्रिया श्री मैम। एंड दोस्तों, आप सबके लिए, जैसे कि रेखा माँ ने बताया है, कि आप लोग प्लीज कॉन्फ्रेंस में आइए। परेशान होते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें सोचते हैं, सब भूल जाइए, आइए हमारे साथ। आपके लिए बहुत सारी हमने तैयारियां कर रखी हैं। वृंदा जी जाते जाते एक सॉन्ग के साथ अपने दोस्तों को छोड़ के जाना चाहते हैं, कि वो जो कहते हैं ना कि अरे परेशान हो गए, क्या करें, लाइफ ऐसी है। तो एक गाना है, सर जो तेरा चकराए और दिल डूबा जाए, आजा प्यारे पास हमारे, काय घबराए थोड़ी सा आइए। तो दोस्तों, भुवनेश्वर में मिलते हैं आप सबसे, और चंपी कराएंगे आप किसी।
मेरे को
So
पारुल
thank
को
you,
तो बहुत
Parul.
चाहिए होगी।
Thanks,
Thank you so
Sammy.
much.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Brinda.
much, Sri ma'am. The best.
Brinda
So
ji,
we
we
look
will do
forward.
there in the night, Champi.
So we have a
Let's see.
volunteer also. So ठीक है,
Chaliए,
टिकमैक
take
हो
care,
गया।
everyone. She has left, I think. So thank you, everyone.
Yes,
See you
it's
all
very
next
late.
week again.
Thank you.
And
Thank
please
you.
register for IIDSC. I've been sending the link every day, once in
Yes.
2 days. Please
Yes.
register, please register, please register.
The rooms are
Thank you
soon
so much.
going, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Seriously, we hardly have rooms. Then you'll come later and say, give me rooms. Sorry. So
Yeah.
register at the earliest. Bye,
Yeah.
everyone. See you all
Bye,
next week.
bye, bye. See you
Bye-bye.
soon.